Everyone. I just wanted to jump on here real quick and give an update about a download that I received yesterday from guides and my higher self. So today is, I gotta look, it's um, Thursday, May 13, 2021. And yesterday, May 12, 2021, felt like a really, really heavy day as far as people attacking on social media. So I have a number of videos up on TikTok, and it just seemed like everyone who had anything negative and incredibly nasty to say just crawled out of the woodwork. So I was dealing with a lot of really negative, mean comments on my social media yesterday. And so I followed one of them and saw that someone who has around 300 and some thousand followers actually posted a video. They copied my video and then put some nasty talk next to it, something about telling me to shut up. I accidentally found it. They didn't tag me in it, but I just went and I did a couple of things. So first, what I did was, and it was a woman who did the video telling me to just shut up. I went in the soul realm and I called her for a sit down, and I said, and I do this a lot with people. I'll just have a meeting with them on the soul level, and I said, you're going to owe me a really big apology when we get in the soul, in the spirit realm, because of what you did. I mean, you just flat out humiliated me and were just really nasty to me on social media, and you made a big spectacle out of it. And she said, no, I don't. I don't owe you any apology. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, I'm just doing what you asked me to do. And I said, what do you mean you asked what I asked you to do? And she said, yeah, you asked me to do that because you had someone else who stitched one of your videos one time and made a spectacle out of you, but they didn't have very many followers. And then the one I made telling you to shut up was picked up by someone who had a lot more followers. And it's all preparing you to be able to stay centered and stay focused on spreading light and spreading love, no matter what happens outside. And to not let that sway you and your purpose and what you're doing just based on what someone outside of you says or does, because none of that is real or matters anyway. You just need to keep focused on what you came here to do. And so I said, well, I get that, but I think you're still going to owe me an apology. And so it was a really good conversation, and it helped me see that and remember. It was a good reminder for me of pre-birth planning, that we do plan these things and it prepares us for the next level. So just like how people's higher selves have told me before, that this life is like a video game where we plan the video game, we plan the levels, we plan the challenges. That I planned this, I wrote this into the code, and then up a layer or a level, I guess I should level and up a level, then there's other challenges that are going to take place, and I need to pass that level before I can go to the next one. So I guess passing this level of having someone with more followers was the next challenge. She said, I'm preparing you for when someone who has 1 million followers completely bashes you and slams you. Is it going to take you off center? Is it going to make you want to quit? Is it going to make you give up on what you know you're here to do? So that was the first thing that happened. And then the second thing that happened that I want to share to anyone who gets attacked on social media, or it could even actually just be a family member and you're out with family and they tell you that you're crazy and they call you names because you believe all these things that they don't, whatever it may be, but you're living your truth. And so what my higher self and my guides were telling me is that this is a time right now where everyone's making a choice. And let's just make it really simple, they said. Let's just assume you're either on the side of light or you're on the side of dark. So people are choosing which side they fall on. So you have people, let's just imagine in the middle, you have the light and you have the dark. And so all of these people are trying to decide, and social media and other people with different beliefs are helping them to make that choice. So I post a video that is bringing light and speaking my truth, and it doesn't jive and they don't agree with it and what they say. So they choose on a conscious level to make a really nasty, negative comment to me. and post it on there. Or maybe they say something really nasty or mean to you to your face or on the phone, whatever it may be. They're choosing on a conscious level to say that. Now, this is all what my guides told me last night. Everyone is love and light. We're all a spark of the divine, of creator. So we have that light inside of us. So that nasty remark is rubbing them wrong. It's causing friction inside of them. And then they're feeling that, but they're choosing again to make a choice whether to back away, maybe delete that comment, reconsider what they said, apologize for what they said, reflect on what they said, or move forward with it and stick with it, thereby further choosing, again, just using the simple analogy of light and dark, they're choosing dark. So they chose it the first time they said the comment, and now by reinforcing it after they feel that friction, because inside of them is light, they're feeling friction, they've reinforced that choice for darkness again by not retracting it, by not backtracking on that. And so what it does is it then becomes glaringly obvious to them that they are making a choice for darkness. It's literally staring them right in the face what they're doing. So there's no chance for anyone coming back later and saying, well, I didn't know, I'm ignorant, I plead ignorance, because it's so obvious that everyone's having a choice right now which side they fall on. Are they falling toward the light, or are they falling toward the darkness? And so Mother Earth, Gaia, is ascending. And just like a dog shakes fleas off, Mother Earth is shaking off, because she's rising in her frequency. She is shaking off low energy frequencies. And that's anything that's low energy, including the energy of humans and people. So anything low energy, and I'm not saying I know what's going to happen or anything, it could be any number of things, but you can go anywhere and hear about Gaia raising her vibration. Earth is a consciousness. It has a consciousness. And so this is what my higher self and my guides were saying, is that these low energies are being given the chance and the opportunity to choose a higher frequency and to choose light. And it's glaringly obvious to them, staring them in the face when they choose darkness. But then it's also obvious when they choose light. And so as light workers, we have agreed to play our part in all of this by being that mirror to these people while they process all of this that's going on, while they process going through the decision on whether to choose light or dark. And so while it may feel like we're being a virtual punching bag to these people, if we step back and take a look at it more like from an observer standpoint, instead of being in the emotion and the feeling of it and feeling it personally, like they're personally attacking us, to just look at it from a different perspective, step back and look at it as an observer and say, oh, wow, look at that person. They're really processing this. They must really be having a tough time with this whole thing of Earth ascending and wanting to be stuck in these lower energies. And they're lashing out, trying to bring the light energies down to their level so they don't feel alone, so they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong, and to validate themselves. So that's just kind of a general summary of what my guides were telling me, that light workers should not be taking this personally when people attack them on social media, or family members or anybody else attack you for having different beliefs, different ways of viewing the world. And we just need to realize that these people are just trying to process based on where they're at. And it's nothing personal with us, but they're lashing out because they don't know any other way. They're just not aware that there is another way, that there is an alternative. And the only thing we can do is just continue to be light. And as light, people can choose to come toward the light and see us as a shining example of coming to the light, or they can also see it as that they want to stay where they are. They are not interested in change. And then it will reinforce their decision to stay in darkness. And that's their choice. They'll have many, many other lives. They can choose light. It's not the end of their existence. There is no such thing as death. Their soul journey will continue. It will go on. They'll have many chances to choose again. It may not be this lifetime, and that's okay. And we can't be attached to that. Even if it's a family member, we cannot be attached to other people's choices. Everyone has their own soul journey, their own path, their own lessons, and no one's is the same. We've been there before. As light workers, we have been there before and chosen darkness. And so we know what that path is like. We know what that journey is like. Everyone gets through it. Everyone will pass it eventually. We'll all end up at the same place. It's just not at the same rate. We don't all run the same time in the marathon. It's not that big of a deal. So we just need to have compassion and understanding and realize that we're just a mirror for them. They're just processing. We're helping with that process of them processing the feelings that they're having as Mother Earth's frequency is raising, and as everyone else's frequency is raising, and they feel like they're being left behind, they're feeling lost, they're grabbing at straws. It's like the crab in the bucket. They're trying to grab the other crabs who are trying to crawl up the side of the bucket and escape, because they want everyone to stay down at their level where they are, so they don't feel alone, so they don't feel disempowered, so they don't feel it's an ego death. They don't want their ego to die. So anyway, I'll end it at that, and I could keep going on and on, but I just thought that was a really awesome piece of wisdom that my higher self gave me, in addition to the conversation I got to have with that woman on a soul level. And just kind of to circle back around, I went on her TikTok to find the video because it was reposted by the gentleman that had over 300,000 followers. I went back to hers to find the original video, and it wasn't there. So I don't know if it looks like she took it down. I didn't see it. Perhaps, she had a change of heart and decided to come around and not choose darkness that second time. So, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I hope you all have an awesome and amazing day. I love you, and go be the light that you are.